Hit it from the reverse. Harder. There you go. One more time. Back it on out. Nice. Keep going. Bam. Yeah, hit it. There you go. Okay, let's go from this side. WD. WDB. All right. Excellent.
Ready?
Yep. Hit it. One more time. There we go. Wow, that was amazingly tough.
That thing is tough.
I hope that is dry enough to burn. It sure looks like it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know though, you know? Until you start working it and trying to light it. Nice. I think the RTAC 2 is the winner for the day.
Definitely.
You just get to where you don't want to dick around. I mean, seriously, when it's this cold, you're like, I don't want to test anything else. I just want to work.
You just want to get the fire going at this point.
You just want to work, you know, use something that works. Give me a hit right there. Kind of try not to hit like a girl. All right.
Quit holding the knife like a fag.
Oh, I just got some of that vibration you were talking about. That hurt. There you go. Nice. All right, you want to hold? I'll hit?
Yeah.
Okay, give me that WD. Dude, this thing is wearing well. This RTAC 2.
Shoot it.
Now, that's not to say the RTAC 2 can't break. I've heard of it breaking before. You know, every knife is subject to failure. It's just, you know, all we're giving you guys is a data point. You know, that's all I can give you. Someone was like saying, hey man, why don't you test every knife before you do a tabletop? Well, dude, I've been coming out on outings like this ever since I was 7 with my dad. I'm not making that up. And I've used enough blades like this to know how they will generally perform. The size, the weight, the blade cut, the grind. Like I told you, the RTAC 2 would be good, and here it is, it's good. Now, I can't have a crystal ball and say, hey, it has a stress fracture in it, it's going to break. You're going to find that out in use. And occasionally, just occasionally, not always, nothing fancy will come up with a bud, and we'll thump on it. We'll find out. I'll update my tabletop if I have one. I don't have one on this yet, but who needs one at this point? I mean, you see me working this blade pretty hard. Let's do this one. Beautiful. This wood is really hard to split. Hopefully, if you guys aren't getting that, this tree we chose, and I'm not quite sure what tree it is. It's a mofo to get through. All right.
Ready?
Send it.
Keep moving around that
You know
way.
what? I feel it binding. Look, that blade's bending. It's that knot. There's something about this
that tree
wood.
is brutal.
Check this out. Can you see the bend in that RTAC 2? If you can't, it's there. Don't worry, it'll be fine. It's meant to be rugged like that. All right, if you can do it.
Let's spin it this way so I can
Like
get
that?
a better purchase on it.
Is that
Yep,
better?
Totally.
Okay.
All right.
Do you
Ready?
need a bigger and better baton? We need to cut a bigger one. Do you think? You'd
It
have
would
more
help.
leverage.
It would help.
Let's go do that after we get through this one. Nice.
We're going right into a knot.
Yeah, we are. There's no way we're coming through that. Dudes, check this out. These guys eat this stuff up when they see blade abuse. Look at that RTAC 2 getting bent. It is freaking getting just noodled through that wood. Can you see that angle? It's like, that is funny, dude.
You know, the thing that I find interesting about this is this knife has sustained a fair amount of abuse today.
Yeah.
It's not a custom knife.
No, not.
It's not a $300 blade.
$80 blade last time I checked. And yet you have knife makers like Tops charging $200 for their 1095 blades.
Yeah.
I have issues with that. Always said I have.
All right, should we get it out?
Hit it. We just can't get through those knots. There's just no way. Now I know what the axe guys are saying. They're like saying, hey dude, if you had an axe you'd get through there. Probably. I don't doubt it. I just don't know if I want to pack an axe all the way back here, dude. We pack guns, ammo, food, clothing, knives, tools. You know, putting a 3-pound axe on that. Generally, and more realistically, this is something I'd have day hiking. I wouldn't have an axe day hiking, generally. All right, let's go cut a bigger baton.
Let's do.
It's going to minimize our work. Buggett just had a good point. And that was, as it gets colder and as you don't have your fire yet, you may tend to get fatigued as you're working. Be real careful as you get to that stage. I mean, don't rush things. As you can see, starting a fire is a lot of work. Some of you guys might be saying, well, it'd be easier to do it this way or that way. Trust me, the way that we're doing it is probably the best and most effective way to build a fire in cold, snowy conditions. It's just tough to get a fire going. So groundwork, i.e. your preparation, is critical. And that's what we're doing. All right, dude. If you want to stand on that or sit on it. When you get your fire going too, it's like day and night. Everything changes. It's a huge morale builder. We keep putting our hoods on, not because it's snowing, but snow keeps cascading down from the trees. Give me a shot. All right. That temperature falling. Buggett and I are going to pretty much do just as much as we need to get the fire going. I mean, we're kind of reaching the stage we need some warmth. It's not critical yet, but it will help having the warmth. So I'm not going to use that huge baton for these little pieces as I make some kindling. Golly, that knot is just, those knots are just killer, man. You know, if you don't have a knot, it goes right through. And I think this is some type of fir. I want to see if I can figure out which tree.
I think it's a fir.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm almost certain of it.
There you go. Now we got other blades up here besides the Recon. I'm sorry, the RTAC 2. Buggett's using, right now he's using the K-Bar heavy Bowie knife. That's a good blade too. And I wanted to bring it out in these cold conditions and thrash on it. If something bad happens with that blade, I'll let you know. And then we'll start making different piles of wood. Now this is a type of fine woodwork where I say a survival knife is better than an axe. No matter where you're at. There's that knot. See this thing right here? That's the knot we've been facing. Those are kicker. They will really stick your blade well. But see, an axe you could still do it, I guess. But it just seems more manageable. And I have split wood to this level with an axe before. It just seems a survival knife is better suited for the finer splitting tasks, along with the bigger splitting tasks, as long as you get a good big blade like this. How's your heavy Bowie doing, bro?
Doing pretty good.
The nice thing about that heavy Bowie knife is it's got a rubber handle to absorb some shock.
Yeah, because you can really tell with that RTAC when you give it a good whack and if you hit it just right, it really transmits that vibration.
It'll twang your hand, won't it? Hey, hit this for me, would you? With your Mondo baton there, dude. Because I got a knot right there. You look like Bam Bam with that thing. Look at this baton, man. Hit it. Yeah. Who's laughing now? Those knots aren't thinking it's that funny now. Okay, dude, what we need to do is we need to get some planks and build a fire platform so we're not in the snow.
Okay.
So, as you split, keep that in mind. Or, you know what we can do is cut this one up, this dead one, and we'll build on top of that. That one's going to be easy to cut because it's pretty rotten.
Toast, yeah.
These sharp edges are what I was talking about, guys, and I've shown you those in the Southeastern Firemaking exercise. That's what really catches on fire and makes your fire self-sustaining. One, we're getting to the center to where the dry wood is, and then we create those sharp edges which really catch on, and that's what you want to spend time creating in these harder conditions. Again, if you think you can build a fire quicker, come out to your very cold conditions like this, around 15 degrees, and do it. You learn by doing, and you'll find out what works and what doesn't work. There's a lot of crap out here that does not work. It's just so much fluff. Okay, I'm going to start sawing and making that platform. B. All right. Okay, night's fallen. We got our fire platform there. Don't forget to drink, guys. Even though it's a winter, you still need to hydrate. Drink frequently. Should be peeing clear. That way you know you have enough water. We determined that we're just going to have a raised fire platform. I was going to dig it down into the ground, but more work than I want to do. Allie's kind of waiting for that fire. Anyways, we're going to use trioxane for our fuel today. We've got a lot of the kindling done already, and we're going to make just enough to make it self-sustaining, and we'll show that process as it goes along. Again, if you can, make toothpick size is ideal. Pencil size kindling, then large magic marker size to start your fire. Now when you have a really good fire starter like trioxane, which I'll show you and demo to you what it is here in a sec. If you have that, then you're going to find that it's going to start quite nicely, and it may minimize the amount of kindling you need. We're lucky right now because the wind is pretty much non-existent. It's just cold and snowy. The snow's not falling, it's just cold. Here in a second. Today we're going to be using this fire starter I told you about. This is trioxane. It comes in olive drab tin cakes as shown. Let me show you one unopened here. That's what it looks like. Still available. I don't know if the troops still use this. I know we don't in my unit. You can find it. BrigadeQuartermaster.com carried them. BrigadeQM.com I think it is. That's where I bought a ton of it years ago. It's the best fire starter I've ever found. I know you guys have your own faves. As long as whatever you have works in these really cold conditions, rock on. Now some of these, we would like to process these a little bit more, and that's what Buggett's doing in the background. So we have thinner stuff, kind of along these lines. Those nice sharp edges are going to catch on fire. That's what catches. But you know, you don't want to go overboard. With this trioxane, it kind of gives you a little bit of latitude to maybe not have quite as much kindling as you would normally with maybe a natural fire starter. That's because this is self-sustaining. Now I have the Light My Fire fire steel, which I demonstrated in my Southeastern Firemaking exercise video. We could use that. But today I'm going to demonstrate my other favorite, the REI Stormproof matches. Here's the wind just kicked up big time. And I light my trioxane cake. Wet or dry, this will light. And then I just start stacking. Now some guys will say, hey, what type of fire formation should you use? TP, cross? I don't care about that. Just make sure, as you see as I put this on, that you have enough oxygen for there. And see, I put that bigger piece on there immediately so it can start drying out and catching. Make sure that you just have enough oxygen for your pieces. You need fuel, you need oxygen for your fire to work, right? And that's what we create. And the reason we went to all the work splitting that tree up is the reason you see right here. So we can get a self-sustaining fire quickly, because we are burning that interior wood from the middle of the tree that has been protected from all the moisture environmentally that's been falling. Rain, snow, and you can see it's already starting to catch on. Now that trioxane, you can see, is it's a great fire starter because it has some staying power. Unlike a lot of fire starters that guys use, maybe cotton balls, lint, char cloth, trioxane is sustaining. And what that means, you have more capabilities. Don't think we have a fire yet. We do not have a fire yet. Until it becomes self-sustaining, and by that I mean that the wood dries itself out because of the heat, and it really, pretty much whatever you put on it starts burning, you don't have a fire. And most guys that don't prepare enough get to that stage, and then their fire goes out because they didn't prepare enough. Gentle blow. Of course, the flame always follows me no matter where I'm at. Keep feeding it. You got your, actually I got Delica, I'll split with that. Make some more little pieces. Get that roach belly out, that'll be a good knife for that. Dog, you're probably going to move here in a little bit, I bet. Wait till this fire gets cranking. Getting there, brother. It's in its infantile phase right now. Kind of like me, I think I'm stuck in that phase.
Aren't we all?
Pretty much never left it. Just ask my wife. I think your wife says you're in your anal phase, doesn't she? By the way, let me know when you get out of that phase. If you could, that'd be awesome.
Don't hold your breath.
Dude, you remember when we went on that hike in Spokane? Didn't we have to dig down in the snow to the ground? You remember when we made that fire?
I bet we had to dig down a good 2.5 feet to get down.
Yeah, till we hit dirt.
Yeah.
Didn't we cook on that fire too?
Yep.
That was fun. Good times. Oh yeah. Now it's starting to get some momentum here. Little by little. We're gonna do it. Fly, Robin, fly. Thank you. Those are perfect for the phase I'm in. Size wood. Again, those sharp edges, guys. Look at that. That's what burns. You try to throw a log, like you try to throw this on there. You think that's going to burn? There's no way that's going to burn. Even if you shave some of that bark off, those round edges just do not catch fire very easily. I'll tell you now, you're wasting your time in these conditions. Now, you go in summer conditions, totally different. Then you can probably get away with burning limbs that you find on the ground. As long as it's been dry in that area.
Oh yeah. Watch your knife.
Roger. Shoot that bad boy up. Okay, and then we'll take these sizes, what we'll need.